Howdy.
I just want to let you know I was in here.
Say what?
I just want to let you know I was here.
What?
I wanted to let you know I was here.
Oh, gotcha. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm deaf. Oh, jeez. I don't know how that looks. Oh, jeez. In clouds I see love shine. Warm, make it colder. Bow, down, down, bow. I want you to show me. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, very some little pushy day. Holy smokes. Not sure if all those striations are popping up, but, you know, even with the amount of fluff I have, definition, it ain't terrible. So we're here for that. But, yeah. I'm really kind of ticked. So, the other week, last time, last push day, I was able to move the hundreds for a solid 5. I think the most I got today was like 3 or 4. I can't really remember. But the point is, we're moving the 100s now, close to the wanted rep range. So theoretically, next week or 2 weeks from now, we should be repping those suckers out. The only issue comes then is like once I hit the 100s, there aren't heavier weights at this current location, so there might have to be some split rewriting so I can do my dumbbell stuff. Or I might not do dumbbell stuff anymore because it's too light. It will get too light. Well, the story, we're like a 170-pound guy here, moving the hundos, and I think that's pretty baller, so I'll take it. Maybe in the next couple years I'll be able to hold more than myself in each hand. We'll see though. Looking pretty baller today. Say, it's crazy with drinking plenty of water. Also, I mean, I was going to say getting plenty of sleep, but I had to take a nap in my car in a public lot prior to driving over here because I substitute teach and I was just exhausted. A long week, I got a new job, other fun stuff like that. I might talk about that more in the car talking my way home. But yeah, we're vibing. Wow. Yeah, that front double bicep. It's always a quirky one. It's weird because it's like, I have bizarrely, like, I have long forearms, a little bit of a shorter kind of bicep area. So it's just like, the arms are a bit weird, but also we got a pretty bulky torso, so. Right now, just because my arms aren't too full, a little weird proportionally looking, but you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing. We're working on getting larger and stuff like that. All right, let's hit some of the main ones for the chest and the tris for today, just because that's what we worked. Oh, once again, back looking pretty defined. We're okay with that. That lighting does not show off that try at all. But yeah, we know it's there. Whew. Okay, crab's looking good. Pretty fun. Oh, stand on the front lat spread. Really thinking I want to do a mini cut. This is a bit much. Like, it's not a lot, but it's like, Maybe just want to be a bit leaner. Kind of feeling like I may want to do that. A slow cut. I like a slow mini cut though. That way muscle building can still happen. I'll lose a bit of the flub, get some definition back. I mean, I'm not going on spring break or anything, but just like be a little bit leaner and meaner. Even though the flub is pretty nice, I cannot lie. Let's do some quick back things. Oh, that was slick. Oh, jeez. Whew. Ah. Alright. Thank you. Okay, some striation stuff. All right, here we are doing this. Oh yeah. Here we are doing this. So, Ben, this car talk explicitly is going to be just like with a random like accumulation of a couple of days. I ended up getting a little busy, had some quirky stuff happen. I got a new job, which I'm kind of hyped for. And, you know, hearing that, oh, you got a new job. Does that mean you're not doing one of the other jobs you were already doing? Nope. It just means I'm working 4 jobs now, which is just so fun. It's just so interesting. But honestly, we're here for it because, you know, experience, life.
experiencing life and things like that. So yeah, we're out here freaking doing, and that'll be pretty dang niftaroony. But yeah, it's a day. I got a fair bit planned, a fair bit of stuff and things that will be happening, that will be going down. So yeah, man, it's actually, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling relatively chill. Got an awesome pull day that I'll be pulling off today. No pun intended. I was just kind of really repetitive. It wasn't even a pun. It was just me using the same words over and over again. But yeah, and I'm hyped. Get an early back pump. I want to talk about yesterday's chest day because I meant to do a car talk for that video. I didn't. So let's kind of talk about that, shall we? I made it a point to keep to really low rep ranges. Like the most, for a lot of my chest press kind of motions, my incline dumbbell press, I was a little disappointed. My body wasn't as in tip-top shape as it could have been. We were able to move the hundreds, which was really cool, but only for a solid 3 reps. And even then, we were using a lot of leg drive and stuff, which personally, when it comes to training for hypertrophy, I don't see a problem with, because when you're looking to build muscle, form is irrelevant as long as the muscle is getting its stimulus, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean form can go out the window entirely. It doesn't mean, like, it'd be the equivalent of me, like, with a bench press, it's kind of hard to think about, but with kind of like rowing-esque movements, it's like the equivalent of like putting my entire upper body opposed to just, doing the back kind of stuff. So, while it does matter, I think for those chest-oriented movements, having some leg drive to kind of have a little past failure kind of little thing to what you're doing, I don't think that's bad. Honestly, it's something I prefer doing. It's something I like to do. That way it's like, I kind of have that mental reassurance. It's like, okay, we're pushing, we're going to a place we have not gone before, No man has been to before. But yeah. So, we were doing that and, solid 3. The other week, 2 weeks ago at this point, a week ago, I was able to do it, the hundreds for 5. That was really cool. I was really proud of myself, but I nearly blacked out. But that was like, I was feeling really good. My food intake up to that day was immaculate. My sleep done for that day, also freaking immaculate. So I was set up to succeed. A little less set up to succeed. I worked like kind of a longer day. I just spent a little bit, but now I'm feeling a little less. So obviously it's pull day, so we're going to be hitting some. I'm assuming PRs on some other things. It would be really cool. I might be able to throw maybe a 25 plate on the row machine kind of deal, because that would be awesome. But moral of the story, low rep ranges. That's what I was talking about. So for all my pressing movements, I really didn't go over 5. I might have done 6 or 7 on my incline converging chest press thing, but we stuck to 5. Because I had this realization the other day. Why am I doing extra that doesn't really matter too much? Because for the longest time, I would be one of your drop set girlies. I would be one of your guys who would crank out those partial reps and stuff. One of those dudes who love the extra work, because in my head it's like, oh, the extra work will mean more. But then it occurred to me that's not necessarily true. And the thing is, I'm a fatigue magnet. The life I live, it just chronically beats me down. Not literally, but just mentally, I'm always a little bit ill. For instance, I'm a substitute teacher. I work as a chef at a bowling alley. I'm now a shower salesman, which sounds scummy, but it's actually it's pretty nifty. I get to work expos and all that fun stuff, so that's a new thing on the list. Along with that, I do my coaching things and stuff like that. A lot of that requires a fair bit of brain power, admittedly. None of it is too labor intensive, thank goodness. But mentally, my brain is just always racked. It's always just So, I've been having to deal with that a fair bit, and with all that extra stuff going on in my brain, why would I put myself in a position where I was more or less looking, or putting myself in a position where I would indeed be getting just extra fatigue when I really didn't need it. Now, mind you, it's for some things, I'll set myself up where it's okay, I kind of have to do more reps, or it ain't gonna be, the best thing ever. But I did my best to keep it to 5, and it felt freaking phenomenal. The pump was great. Actually, I noticed the pump, it was, mind you, with less reps and stuff, it felt like my recovery between sets was a little quicker. it felt as if, the pump was still wicked immaculate, but it like, by the time I did my pose down, the pump was still freaking rocking. So it was a situation where like it was just a wee bit different, just a wee bit quirky, and it was honestly like, it felt nice. And I mean, today obviously it's like, not usually my chest days, like my push days, they leave they leave the chesticles a little tender, a little kind of because I would kind of go for those partials and all that stuff. But no, I did my 5, and I could tell I had a really good stimulus, and now I feel like good. I feel loose. I feel limber. I think that's the word. But yeah, no. So that was quite the interesting experience for myself. Yeah. Part of me is a little upset too, because like I eaten pretty well that day, so I was expecting like I'll go into the gym, I'll feel great by that time, but it was it was one of those Fridays, which is a little unfortunato. So we got through it. And today's pull day is going to be quite wicked, of course, for the usual pull day situation. It's kind of like that light lower back kind of. It's more of an upper back kind of focus day, and it's been interesting because like as I've kind of reached a point of physique enlightenment on my part. I'm just becoming a lot more, because I used to think I would look at my physique and be like, I know what my strong and weak points are. I know what's happening. I didn't actually, would be the better way to put it. And now I'm a lot more aware, because I kind of realized the other day just like how weirdly long my arms are in proportion. Not weirdly long, but just how just how they are built in comparison to my torso. It's just interesting because I have large shoulders, but they're not broad. I have narrower clavicles, so it's just like narrower clavicles, longer arms. It's a weird little combo. It kind of works though, because my hands, they go down a little bit past like halfway down my thighs when I'm just kind of standing there relaxed and stuff. It gives the illusion that my shoulders aren't as neat as they actually are. So that's on my nose. That's quite interesting. But yeah, honestly, we're vibing. I'm really happy with where my physique is right now. Obviously, it's gonna get better. Kind of has to be, considering the goals I have, the things I would like to do. But for what it's worth, like I'm not upset. I get to go to the gym. I get to kind of give myself a little look and be like, oh, that guy. And it's nice. It's interesting. And another thing that's quite interesting and stuff like that. So I just want to talk about the concept of realizing mass in proportion to weight and height, because I had this little moment. Made a little posty because YouTube ain't my main thing right now. It's mainly, you'll find me more on Reels and TikTok, which I would like to move away from those, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So the big thing there, made a little post being like, yeah, dude, I went to a commercial gym. I felt freaking huge. But what ended up going down is a lot of people, I gave my measurements in that video as well, being like, 5'6", 170. And they're like, you can't be a big person. You can't have muscle at that weight. And it's funny, because a lot of these people are like, they're like, I would say majority of them were 5'8" and up kind of deal. It's like, okay, that's fine. But there's so many people that are like, well, I'm 6 foot and 2 something. So yeah, call yourself large again. Why don't you, small fry? And then I would go and look at their little accounts, and I'd be like, you're taller, yes, but you're also a little fatter. Yikes. And that's the thing. There's this weird mentality that you have to have certain numbers to be something, have worth as just a physique. But it's like, different amounts of muscle will look different on different people, and I think people forget that. And I take a little swig for the fact that I'm feeling that lack of caffeine headache kicking, and that's a problem. I might do a caffeine detox here soon, which is gonna suck, but I don't know. I don't like getting too dependent on certain substances, even if they are not necessarily bad for you. I think it's good to be able to, function as a controlled unit without having any kind of reliance of other substances. Yeah. But anyway, that aside, oh jeez. Yeah, I just found it really funny that's people are unaware to be like, oh, good physiques can happen at these heights and these weights, because it's just like, by no means am I the largest guy out there. There are people such as your Derek Lunsfords who are also clocking in at that nice 5'6", short kings unite kind of deal. But then at that same time, his stage weights, because I'm a bit fluffy right now, is clocking in at 235, something like that. That is ridiculous. That is, for one, 60 pounds heavier than me. And the thing is, my stage weight, a good one right now, would probably be around 146. So his stage weight's like 100 pounds heavier than me. And, which is, it's great. And, the other thing is, the biggest thing I got is, you're under 200 pounds. That's, what is it? Victim weight is what people call it. But it's people don't realize how much 200 pounds is for a guy at 5'6". When you're 6 foot, 200 pounds, that seems pretty doable. I'm working with a guy who's 6 foot as a client right now. He's in his 160s. Man is he's just freaking lean as heck. It's crazy because he doesn't have the most mass, but his overall stature is just dang, you're tall. Your bone structure is pretty nifty. So it's just it's all about how it looks because another person who is shorter but also a freaking beast, Sean Clarita. Man, former 212 Mr. Olympia, currently running the open circuit, having a ball with that, and just looking freaking amazing while doing it, mind you. His stage weight, if I recall right, is around 180 pounds. 100, and of course, I think he's 5'4", 5'2", something like that. So it's just, he's looking freaking awesome, and he's great. But people would hear those measurements and be like, you're under 200 pounds, whatchamacallit, victim weight. So it's But people, then you see him, and it's just oh my gosh. And it's crazy because people have this weird thing in their mind where it's I don't know, muscle can only look good if you're over 5'10" or something. And it's just no. Some of the, we've had two Mr. Olympias, straight up the open, Mr. Olympias, who have been on the shorter side of things. I think Hadi Chupan is 5'7", and then Derek's 5'6". So it's just shut up. It's very possible to be an absolute beast and walk away with those titles and things like that. And also these are just it's your casual gym goers. These are the people that don't really get the intricacies, And I don't want to sound like a snob. There are layers to the importance and the quality of different things and stuff in muscle building. But it's an interesting thing to think about. But that's just me. But yeah, almost at the gym. Gonna pound back the pre. Wow, might have put a bit too much in here. That's powdery today. And parked. All right. Put this bad boy in parked. Yeah, I parked a little farther away than usual. Gonna get a couple of extra steps and all that good stuff. Ooh.